My dad raised his wine glass and smirked. "You're lucky we even invited you." In that moment I realized I wasn't part of this family. I was their ATM. What happened next turned our reunion into the final goodbye they never saw coming. The evening chill settled in as dinner came to an end. The last golden light faded from the vineyard, leaving behind a table bathed in warm fairy lights and half-empty wine glasses. The family was still chatting, laughter drifting between sips of wine and familiar stories. Liam sat quietly at one end of the table. He wasn't drinking, just slowly turning his glass in his hand. It felt like the others had forgotten he was even there, or maybe they just didn't care. His father, Gerald, was finishing up a joke, laughing a little too loudly. Then, without warning, he turned toward Liam, raised his glass slightly and said, "You're lucky we even invited you. You never really fit in." Silence. No one said a word. The laughter stopped, as if someone had pulled the plug. Liam didn't react. His expression barely changed. But something flickered in his eyes, something sharp and quiet and old. He clenched the napkin in his lap, then let it drop to the floor. He didn't pick it up. No one else did either. I flew over 600 miles just to sit at this table, he thought. I guess it was worth it. 2 months earlier, Liam sat quietly in his small Seattle apartment. Outside, rain drizzled against the window pane, tracing crooked lines across the glass. Inside, a single warm light spilled across the kitchen counter where he nursed a mug of cold coffee. It had been a long day, and an even longer week. Then his phone buzzed. He glanced at it. Mom. His thumb hovered. For a second, he considered letting it ring out like he had so many times before. But something, weariness maybe, made him answer. Elaine's voice was calm, but layered with something deeper. Caution, hope, maybe even regret. "I know things haven't been easy. And I know you've had your reasons. But this is our chance, Liam. To start again. We're all going to be in Napa for a few days. No pressure. No drama. Your father and I will take care of everything. You just have to come." He didn't speak. The silence stretched, not uncomfortable but weighty. She added, her voice softer now, as if she feared even her words might break something fragile. "We just want you there." After she hung up, Liam sat in stillness. The rain continued its quiet rhythm outside. That one sentence, "We just want you there," echoed in his mind. Not a demand. Not a condition. Just a reaching hand. And slowly, he nodded to himself, almost imperceptibly. Maybe this time, it'll be different. Liam walked into the resort lobby with his family. Just like his mother promised, it was serene, elegant, polished floors, tall windows, and the faint scent of pine in the air. But inside, Liam carried the quiet weight of uncertainty. At the front desk, the receptionist offered a pleasant smile. "I'll need a credit card just to hold the room." A simple request. But suddenly, everyone turned to look at him. Clara, scrolling through her phone, didn't look up. "You've got one, right?" Julian smirked. "It's just a hold. Relax." Liam hesitated. He glanced at his parents. His mother avoided his eyes. His father stared blankly ahead, distracted by nothing. He took a slow breath and pulled out his wallet. "Just as a hold," he murmured, half to them, half to himself. Hours later, that hold began to feel permanent. Clara returned with a brand new designer bag. Couldn't resist, flash sale. Julian ordered a bottle of Dom Perignon like it was soda. His mother booked a 3-day spa package. His father lounged with a glass of red, never once asking about the tab. Liam stood at the edge of it all, close enough to witness, too far to belong. And then it hit him, something isn't right. It was Sunday morning. The family gathered for brunch on the rooftop terrace. The sky was clear, the sun gentle, casting golden light over fresh orange juice and warm, buttery croissants. A breeze carried soft jazz from the bar downstairs. Clara chatted about her shopping spree. Julian bragged about booking a private wine tour. Laughter floated around the table like confetti. Liam sat quietly at the corner, stirring his coffee, eyes drifting across the faces of his family, observers who once called themselves kin. His father, Gerald raised his glass of chilled white wine and said with a smile that didn't quite reach his eyes. "This trip's been amazing. Thanks to our family fund, Liam's card." There was a pause, brief but sharp. Then the laughter came. But effortless. Clara leaned back, cackling. Julian slapped the table. Elaine, their mother, gave a soft chuckle, as if it were all harmless fun. Liam didn't laugh. The smile he had worn, tentative, hopeful, dissolved. Like paper in rain. His eyes moved slowly from face to face, not with anger, but with something quieter. A hollow knowing. A wound too familiar to bleed. In that moment, the laughter didn't sound like joy. It echoed like distance. Like something that used to be family, now only pretending to be. The laughter hadn't fully settled. A few were still sipping mimosas, Gerald turning to say something to Julian with a smirk. Liam gently set his coffee cup down. His voice broke through the soft hum, not loud, not angry, but steady and cold like steel wrapped in silk. "Then stop using my card. And maybe start paying for your own damn memories." Silence hit the table like a dropped glass. Clara froze, the honey still dripping from her spoon. Julian narrowed his eyes, his jaw tightening. Elaine, their mother, lifted a hand slightly as if to speak, but Liam was already moving. He slipped the cloth napkin from his lap, folded it neatly, and laid it on the plate. No dramatics. No second sentence. Just finality. He stood. The chair scraped softly against the tile. He walked away, calm, deliberate, without once turning his head. There was nothing left to see. Below the terrace, the vineyards rolled on, golden and silent under the California sun. What was meant to be a reunion now felt like a reckoning. One line, one step, and everything changed. Some cuts don't bleed, but they divide. And Liam was done pretending this family wasn't broken. The room was quiet. Afternoon light filtered through half-closed curtains, casting long shadows across Liam's still frame. He sat on the edge of the bed, his button-down shirt slightly creased from brunch. His phone in hand, thumb hovering over the banking app. The screen lit up. Familiar interface. But unfamiliar numbers. $3,200, boutique, Beverly room. $1,400, couples massage, Lotus Spa. $500, minibar, presidential suite. Liam didn't blink. He scrolled down slowly. Dozens of charges, none of them his. Each one a silent incision into the already fragile trust he had tried to salvage. No anger. No disbelief. Just a stillness that settled deep in his chest, heavy and inevitable. He stood. Slipped his wallet into his back pocket. Walked out, shutting the door gently behind him. Downstairs, at the front desk, he approached. His voice calm, low, but unmistakably clear. "I'd like a full itemized receipt for every charge made to my card since check-in." The clerk looked up, a little surprised, but nodded. Liam waited, his eyes fixed on the screen behind the counter. Not because he didn't already know, but because this time he needed to see it in print, black and white, irrefutable. No more excuses. No more, maybe it was a mistake. The truth, no matter how bitter, deserved to be seen and named. Liam sat alone in the lobby lounge, itemized receipts still folded in his hand. The numbers weren't just transactions, they were proof. Proof of something deeper he had always felt but never dared to say aloud. His eyes drifted downward, and the world around him faded. Flashback, 5th grade. Warm sunlight flooded the old kitchen. 10-year-old Liam stood at the table, proudly holding up a papier-mâché volcano, hand-painted, wired, ready to erupt with baking soda and vinegar. He turned to his mother. "Mom, look at my volcano. It's going to actually smoke this time." Elaine was arranging flowers for the dinner table. She glanced briefly and offered a distracted nod. "That's great, sweetheart. Let me finish this first." Suddenly, Clara burst into the room, tears streaming. "My dress is torn. The one for tonight's gala, it's ruined." Elaine dropped everything. "Oh no, honey. Let me see. We'll fix it, don't worry. You'll still look perfect tonight." Liam stood quietly, volcano in hand. Watching. He set it down gently on the corner of the table. Said nothing. From the living room, Gerald's voice cut through the moment. Stop whining. Work harder if you want respect. Liam didn't answer. He simply gathered his model, packed it away, and walked to his room. Voiceover, present day. I think that's when I stopped expecting anything. Clara squealed as she held up her new silver car keys, the metal catching the sunlight. She leapt into her father's arms. Gerald smiled proudly, Elaine clapped, glowing with joy. No one looked around to see where Liam was standing. Julian's voice trembled with emotion over the phone. They waved it, my tuition's gone. Elaine exhaled in relief. Thank goodness you took care of it, Liam. No one mentioned the quiet payment Liam had wired months ago to cover the balance. At his office, Liam opened a small envelope sent from his parents. Inside was a $50 Target gift card. Nothing else. Just, happy birthday. No phone call. No warm wishes. No one asked if he had plans, or a cake. The calls didn't stop, though. They just changed in tone. Liam, Elaine said gently, we're a little tight on rent this month. Think you could help us out just this once? I don't think I can. The line went silent, then ended. Gerald's voice followed days later. Julian's about to finish school. Can you float the tuition? He just needs a little push. Maybe he needs to figure it out on his own. No response. Just a click. Clara's voice was almost pleading. You're the stable one, right? Just a couple thousand. I'll pay you back. I'm sorry. After that, he never heard from her again. Each no sliced another thread loose. No shouting. No guilt trips. They just faded, as if love had been conditional all along. They never truly saw me, never loved me for who I was. And when I finally said no, I lost even the illusion that they ever tried. Liam sat upright at his desk, the glow of the lamp casting shadows across his tired but resolute face. On the screen in front of him, an email sat in the sent folder. The subject line read, Napa trip expense summary and reimbursement request. It wasn't angry. Just exact. A list of dates, names, and charges. $3,200, Clara's boutique handbag. $1,400, Julian's couples massage. $480, minibar and wine bar tabs. Total, $13,800. He ended the message. I expect a fair reimbursement. This wasn't generosity. It was exploitation. The Zoom call started promptly at 7 p.m. Their faces appeared one by one. Clara, tight-lipped. Julian, smirking. Elaine, quiet, eyes already glistening. This is ridiculous, Clara snapped. You're invoicing your own family now? Julian chuckled. Maybe next time charge us for breathing too. Liam didn't respond. He clicked share screen and pulled up a single slide. Total charges, $13,800. His voice didn't rise. It didn't need to. You don't get to call this family when you treat me like a wallet. Elaine's voice cracked. I didn't know. I thought you wanted to help. You've always been the strong one, the stable one. Liam blinked slowly as if trying to hold something back. No. You just saw me as the one who could take it. You never asked if I was okay. Silence fell like a dropped stone. Clara turned off her camera. Julian left the call. Only Elaine remained, breathing shakily, like the wind had been knocked out of her. Liam nodded once, then muted himself. His eyes were no longer wet, but neither were they hopeful. Family without respect is just a contract you never signed but somehow keep paying for. It was a quiet Monday morning. Liam sat across from his attorney in a modest office lit by pale golden sunlight. On the desk lay a thick folder, bank records, receipts, screenshots of messages, emails, hotel statements. The attorney, a composed woman in her early 60s, flipped through the pages, highlighting sections. This isn't just irresponsible spending, she said. They used your financial information to benefit themselves without permission. This qualifies as familial financial abuse. And yes, you can press charges. Liam nodded. No hesitation. For the first time in years, he felt not guilty, but justified. And strong. Together, they filed the documents under the category of unauthorized familial financial exploitation, something Liam never imagined he'd do against the people who raised him. But this time, love wasn't enough to erase damage. The next day, Liam's phone rang. Gerald. His father's voice was sharp, accusing. You're tearing this family apart. Taking this to court? You should be ashamed. Liam inhaled slowly, steady. He didn't dodge the words anymore. I'm not tearing anything apart, Dad. I'm just stopping the theft. You're talking about your mother, your sister, your brother. You're really going to abandon your own blood. Liam looked out the window where the trees were turning gold, the way they always did in late autumn. They abandoned me long before this. I'm just finally choosing myself. There was no answer, just the sound of a line going dead. But this time, Liam wasn't the one left behind. He was the one walking away, not in shame, but in clarity. It was a glittering Saturday evening. The ballroom was decked in ivory lilies, gold ribbon, and soft jazz floated through the air. Elaine's 60th birthday was a spectacle. Nearly 100 guests gathered. Relatives, neighbors, old colleagues, all there to celebrate the matriarch of the family. Elaine beamed as she toasted the crowd. Clara adjusted her mother's diamond necklace. Julian held court with a distant cousin, drink in hand. The room pulsed with laughter and light. And then there was Liam. He had arrived late. Chose the farthest seat in the room. No one acknowledged him. No one asked if he was okay. As the evening neared its close and the lights dimmed for the cake, Liam rose to his feet. He didn't shout. He didn't need a microphone. His voice carried on its own weight. I didn't buy this trip for you. I didn't pay for it out of generosity. I paid for it because I was never given a choice. The room froze. All eyes turned. Elaine's smile faltered, then disappeared. Liam reached into his coat and pulled out a set of neatly printed papers, bank statements, spa bills, line-by-line cost breakdowns. He walked calmly to the front table and placed them down. $13,800. That's not a gift. That's a silent obligation. No one said a word. Somewhere, a door creaked in the distance. The music had stopped. Liam scanned the room, faces that once meant family. Now they were just people. Familiar strangers. He turned and walked out. No apology. No farewell. Just a quiet, final exit that spoke louder than any toast ever could. It was winter in Colorado. The sky was sharp blue, the air cutting, and the wind howled across the mountain ridge. But Liam didn't feel the cold. He felt weightless. A montage unfolds. He closes the old joint accounts. Cancels every family-linked auto payment. Snips the last of the credit cards, the ones they'd used so freely. A new screen flashes. New account, Liam T. Private. Untouchable. Finally, just his. A message lights up on his phone. Hey Liam. Can I borrow $300 just until Friday? It's from Ava, a distant cousin. Liam doesn't reply. Instead, he scrolls through his photo roll and selects one image. A spa invoice dated during the Napa trip. $3,800. He sends it. No caption. No comment. Just context. The camera lingers as he exhales. Then, Liam standing alone atop a Colorado peak. The Rockies unfold endlessly before him, snow-capped, solemn, magnificent. The wind pulls at his coat, but he stays grounded. Another ping. A new message. Julian might lose his place. Can you co-sign? From Dad. Liam reads it. His lips twitch, not with bitterness or sarcasm, but with a small, genuine smile. A smile that says, I've already given enough. A smile that knows silence is an answer, too. He deletes the message. Then, slowly he puts the phone away. Turns toward the horizon. The snow glows under the afternoon sun, and the wind whistles its own kind of music. And for the first time in years, Liam walks forward not as a provider, not as a son waiting to be seen, but as himself. Unattached. Unburdened. Free. Sometimes walking away isn't giving up, it's reclaiming what they never gave you, respect.